Back to round number 4 of the CRF1 Season 9 Championship. Today on the calendar, it's Silverstone in Great Britain. And of course, I have my wonderful co-commentator with me, League Director, FIA President, CRF1 Steward. What other titles he has? Oh yeah, right, Tier 2 Assistant Manager, Fridge.
Cat meme
Lover, cat meme guy, Fridgy.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, looking forward to this one. It's going to be a fun little race. And obviously an iconic track, so let's see how people fare today.
Yeah, the important part, of course, last race you weren't here, so let's quickly get a recap of last week's race. We had a wonderful race on Canada that was quite chaotic with a very late change for the lead on the last lap, with Parker getting that win and getting those 20 points and also not getting any penalties. So he is still in P1 and he has that win secured post penalties. But we did have one singular change, if I'm not wrong, because Josh Rose is in P... No, Josh Rose was P2 that time as well. But Senior Ghosts is not on the podium anymore, but it was basically a Polish swap over because Mikas has joined the podium in P3, with Ghosts receiving a penalty, a 5-second time penalty with 2 penalty points. We also have a qualifying ban today. It would be nice, Fridge, if you could quickly remind the certain fella.
It's Jamie, but he has already retired. So
he has already retired. He doesn't even care about the setups.
He was made aware, yeah.
He was made aware, and he did. And we already have the first car coming out, and it is the Aston Martin of... Hops. It's Hops Aston Martin, because Wandy is still over here.
I like that. Hops sort of in the footsteps of Jack, legendary Tier 1 driver that has taken a hiatus from the game. But Jack used to always go a bit out of sync with the rest of the field, do his own lap, knows how good he is without any help. And yeah, seeing Hops taking a book out of that, taking a note out of that book, whatever the fuck the saying is, good to see.
Yeah, good to see. Extremely good to see. We also got some reserve drivers today on the field. Rabzog is reserving. We got the Raza Gamer HD in the Red Bull also reserving. We've also got Big T, now from Tier 3 over to Tier 2 as a main driver, reserving in Tier 1 for his team. He is the TP of Williams. And of course, current championship main protagonist in Tier 2, Swifty, in P13 currently. So we are about to see some damn fine racing, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if the trend of recent games can be continued, I think clear favorite for today is Hops. Him and Jack used to be the Sweat Lords of Silverstone, I think, or was the way people phrased it. So let's see if Hops can continue that here today. New game, obviously, so yeah, might not suit him as much as the previous time, but starting his lap, let's see if he can fight Josh for good points here today.
Yeah, of course it is important to know that we are in the middle of a championship fight still. But yeah, let's follow good old Hops onto a lap. Now going through Chapel, onto the Wellington Straight over Maggot. Oh no, wait, Maggot is one after that, sorry. DRS enabled. Little bit of ERS usage at the end of the corner. Now going into left field. You have to stay really close. Some drivers make it a double apex, some just stay close from the beginning.
Wow, stays super close, even closer than I thought that was ideal, but this is why he's the master. He knows exactly what line you need to take there.
And of course now this corner nearly flat out. Yeah, goes down into 7th. It's nearly flat out for some people, and for some it is. Now going through Maggots and of course through Beckett's onto the Hangar Straight. Doesn't seem as steady as he wanted to go.
He was really low on ERS early on, so I'm wondering where he uses compared to more traditional ERS usage, but
yeah,
he is the master. Let's see what he can cook up all the way down to 0. Little bit of lockup, and that will cost him some time, but taking a lot of minimal speed up to the line, using everything remaining in that battery, and it's a 25.8 banker by CRE Hops. That will set a standard hard to comprehend, I think, for many. Swifty, 26.4, 3/10 off of his banker
Tier 2.
yesterday.
Yeah, 4/10 off, but also 6/10
Still
off of
faster
his
than
pull
my
time.
fastest lap.
Of
But
course it is.
It is
Of
what it
course
is.
it is. Let us see. Okay. There was an Alpine that was going to finish a lap, and he already did. It was Mikas with a 25.9. Also a strong time already for the banker that he set. But let's go on board with Joe. We got Druckmann, Tier 3 champion and currently McLaren driver for Tier 2. In P7 now. We've got Chicken, who's bested his provisional... Oh, Con's also now in P2.
Wow, good to
This is some
see.
good
3
driving.
people already in the 25s, but it is the main people who are doing so.
Seems like
Aside from
Sausage
them-
Joe got a little bit more speed through Cops. Of course, Maggots, Backets, and then the last part, Chapel, onto the hangar straight yet
Oh.
again.
Someone off there, one of the Astons it looked like.
Yeah, seems like he was just trying to get out of the way because their hot laps are both done. Seems like he broke a little bit there, though.
Yeah, I've been told that that's not ideal, but it's such a natural thing to do, losing the rear into the braking zone. Sausage Joe throwing away any potential of a lap there, and still a 26.7 will put him in P9. But that will be slight heartbreak. That was at least 3, maybe even 4/10.
Yeah, and that would have put him into the top contention on the top 6 currently, if that would
Yeah.
have been a 26.3, like we would imagine it would have been. Of course, now
So
Bran.
expecting something good from Bran, Jelmer, 2 very decent drivers. Would expect them to be in the low 26s, high 25s maybe, depending on how much they like this track. And here comes the Ferrari of Bran. And a little bit of a wiggle, but early on the throttle, what will it be? 26.7, also for the Ferrari man. Not ideal. P9 for now.
Let me quickly see if I'm able to invite Kenyon. He did say got caught up. Sorry. Let's see if he is online, though, and invitable. No, he is not. Not ideal. Maybe you can quickly tell him that he can still join, as it is qualifying.
So
Josh
all right.
Rose. Okay, so far no other new laps. Modern Chicken is on a hot lap, though. We are now joining him as he is going through Maggots and Buckets. Keeps it in 7th gear throughout. Goes into 6th and just keeps the speed quite nicely. Uses a bit of ERS. He's a 10th up on his time. And that currently would put him the same spot where he is at the moment. But still looking good. Oh, good amount of slide through that corner. But goes into the pit lane even though he was up.
Excuse me. Holy crap! Yeah.
That lap made him sick.
Was not happy with the lap, but
Kenyon asked how much time left in quali. 10 minutes. Yeah, Josh just said it. Just good job, Josh. You get a thumbs up from me right here. Thanks for telling him that. Let's go.
giving him a thumbs up because he can't do it with his broken arm.
He got P12 yesterday with a broken arm.
Yeah, true.
So yeah.
Almost points, you know.
Yeah. So now it's quite the opposite way around. Usually it's me bullying the others, and now today it's you bullying the others.
Well, he's my teammate. I'm allowed.
I mean, yeah,
As,
he's a
we see
teammate.
Jelmer in an out lap, very off sync here. Probably saving a set of tires, but I would have expected him to just do an extra lap on used softs instead. But yeah, everyone has their own ways of doing this. Might also just be confidence. Might not need 3 laps to do his best.
Yeah.
As he is finally preparing to start his lap with a lot of traffic further on, but this is tier 1, expecting high standards, so should be all good. Does not avoid any of the bumps on the outside that will cost him maybe a few hundreds, which isn't a lot, but at the same time, at the top will definitely matter. As he goes through the first section, a little bit of a lockup, but looks pretty neat to me. All about the exit here out of the loop and opening that DRS, which he does And again, not as much inside as I've seen people go to avoid the bumps on the outside. A little bit of a lockup, but the rotation is nice. Will he keep it as tight? He will not. Choosing a different line than Hobbs did there. A little bit wider even than I would have anticipated him doing, but seemed pretty all right to me. Into Cobb's corner. No lift required, and easily makes that through. And now all up to Maggots and Beckett's and Chapel, which looks okay. Keeps it within the track, and now his teammate is there to give a bit of a tow. Drucke doesn't have the speed to really give him the tow that maybe he wanted to give, but still, anything is better than nothing. Now, such a tricky corner there. Can he keep it within the lines? Tough to see, but no invalidation. Braking late for the final few corners. And early on the throttle, a little bit of a wiggle. What will this be? It's a 26.3. That rhymes.
That was my thought as well, instantly.
Top 5 position for Jalmer on his first lap. Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. 1D already 1.7 tenths up on his time. Now into the last sector. Needs to keep it neat and tidy through Club and Vale. Looks tidy to me. Does take a good amount of curb on the outside, and now he just needs to cut this corner as much as possible to improve his time by 3 tenths.
Good to see. He keeps talking himself down every time I speak to him. He seems to be convinced that he's not on his best, but that is a fantastic lap. P5 in front of Jelmer and Chicken. That is very good. On board with the Italian GOAT. What can he do today? Good rotation there. Gets on throttle early because of it, and that is probably as ideal as you would want to see it. Good amount of ERS usage.
Stays in the middle to avoid the bumps, which is looking good. Now
2 tenths up already for the Italian man. Can he keep it tight? Does so. Now get on throttle without losing the rear. That looked really good as well. Bit of ERS usage there, as this is such a long straight. Now into Cop's corner. Need to hit that inside without losing the rear, and he does so. And now the most crucial part of the lap remaining. Maggots and Beckett's the right line can give you so much pace. Also onto the hanger straight. Little bit of oversteer that turned into understeer, but still 2 tenths up. And looking for provisional pole for the second or third time this season. Just about avoids that inside curb. Might be a little wider than he wanted to, using all that ERS, braking late for the final chicane. Nicely hitting the apex. And onto the throttle early on. Is it going to be enough for the Italian GOAT? It is just about a 1:25.78. And
but
can Hobbs respond? He is up, but only by 300ths. Does he have the last sector he requires? And the answer is yes, it's a 0.6! Holy crap, that is a lap right. Oh my goodness. The Silverstone Merchant does it again. And the question is, can Josh Rose do anything?
But first we have Chicken that is going over the line next. Looking good so far, 2 tenths up. He is 3 tenths up. He's putting it into the 25s now, up into P5 again. Not any further, but it's still looking good for Modern Chicken. Josh Rose
continues just to do a
goes into the pit lane, stays quiet,
Josh.
goes into the pit lane. Modern Chicken, of course, has set his lap. Let's go on board with Swifty, who's currently a 10th down on his time. He even took the polystyrene board with him through that turn. Now with some
not the
debris
fast slide through there
on the track. Yeah, no, that's probably not. Goes into Stowe, and now let's see. Oh, nope. It looked like he was swinging for the normal track, but then he just swung into the pit lane like a madman there.
That was an interesting way of entering the pits, but just about.
Okay, Reza is already a 10th up. Not only already, it says the game says.
Line.
Yeah, extremely weird line, but if it works, it works.
Keeps it all the way left, and now into the final few corners, a bit wider than I would have wanted for him. As another Aston is off to try and
is cosplaying a lawnmower. The Aston Martin is.
Yeah.
But of course
causing
now
a bit of a smoke screen as well. What can Reza do? Reserve for Red Bull
5
into the top 10. 26-2. Not too bad.
Yeah, Hyder Leo is currently, as it seems, on an in-lap again. He put himself P7 with a 26-2 so far. Yeah, so far the qualifying session seems to be going well for a lot of drivers.
Yeah, and Druckerman is in 17th. A little bit
On a lap
unfortunate.
with 3 tenths up already. Not
All right,
ideal,
but
though.
that would still be 3 tenths too little to get to Rabzog. But we know Drucke has a lot of quality. Maybe the last sector is gonna give him what he needs. He does have the Max Verstappen helmet, just for the Dutch army. The Orange Army for him gets him not much further than P17.
Yeah, but still, the field is so far pretty bunched up together. I mean, P1 to
Kenyan.
P13 basically separated by about a second. Everything
Yeah.
behind that is a bit further away, I'd say, but no, this is we are able to have some good racing here later on.
Yeah, I mean, again, even if you're like 5, 6, 7 tenths off, it's so easy to follow on this track that we will likely see only 1 or 2 DRS trains aside from the people that will crash. And yeah, it's so easy to stay that, yeah, you'll just get one huge train. It's all about strat, all about keeping it clean and saving a bit of tires.
Yeah, but we should be able now to slowly get into the territory that everybody's gonna come out for their last laps. We already see a lot of cars in the pit lane. First one being a Haas. It's the Haas of Hydra that is coming out.
Kenyon joined just in time, and look at that, 3 minutes to go, and he has taken control of the Haas.
So he might be able to
just
actually...
in time to save the day. Can he do that one lap
I mean,
to
he should
give
be able
Haas
to.
something better than P18?
He should be able to make it still, but he needs to be really
Easy.
quick with equipping the setup and the new
No, he's already
tires.
out. He's already on track.
He's already out on track? No.
Oh, wait, what?
He isn't.
I
He's
saw
still in the
Haas
pits.
out and
The other
No.
Haas, it's the other Haas. It's the Haas of Hydra that is currently out. But
yeah,
what we
he
need
needs to be out in around 20 seconds at the latest. So let's hope we see some movement from the Haas.
But of course, all eyes right now are on the top 4, which are all coming out slowly but surely. At the moment,
Yeah.
it is Hobbs that is going to start his first lap. Let's see, is there anybody else that we can spectate in the meantime until he is starting his lap? Let
No
us
one
see.
on a lap so far. There is a group in front.
Yeah,
Red
that
Bull,
group-
Haas, Merc.
That group houses a 50 a 50 Hydra, Swifty, and of course a Syndical or Josh Rose. I think it's it's definitely Big T.
Okay.
So yeah, let us see what F50 is able to cook in the first couple of sectors,
Let's go
at least until Hobbs is going over the line, because all eyes are going to be on the top 4 for this qualifying. Last time we got a surprise pole position by F50.
Let's go F50. Wait, he got pole in Canada?
No, actually Parker did. Sorry, Parker did get pole, but
Nah.
F50 was provisional pole and just moved down to P4, which is
I'd
still
love to see
such a good result for him in the end.
Yeah, I love
on
that guy. I hope he
qualifying.
does well.
Yeah, but of course, now going through Village and then onto the Wellington Straight. Getting hungry, of course, because a beef Wellington is something that is quite enjoyable.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay will be happy with that. As 2 tenths up already, that's pretty good. Although
Yeah,
the first
but
sector 0.5 is not amazing. Might
We-
be saving some ERS compared to other drivers.
We'll see that at the end, but now it's all eyes on our current pole position.
Wow.
Hops. Bit of a lockup going through farm, but now afterwards going through Village onto the main straight of the Wellington. Let us see if he's able to avoid.
0.3.
Only a point, only a
That's a crazy first
5,000th
sector.
improvement.
Yeah, that is as good as the first sector. It's gonna get a huge wiggle though.
Could have been an
There-
invalidation. As we go onto the straight, we got some unwanted viewers. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As we are now going onto Meggetts and Beckett's for the last time as the Aston Martin is crossing over it. Takes it quite well. Looks a bit slow, but that could also just be the camera angle that we have right now. But still. Oh, nope. He abandoned his lap to help out Wandy, who is now getting a slipstream from Hobbs. Hobbs has abandoned his lap. He has screwed up a little bit, it seems. We can go on board with Cons, though, who is on the way of finishing his lap. Let us see what he can do now through Vale and Club. Take a lot of inside curb there to get as much exit speed on the next corner. Slides a bit on the exit there, but goes over the line with a 25.7, improves it by 600ths. That's gonna make it harder. Mika's now in P2 with a 25.6. Also, a really good try. Swifty wasn't able to improve that much. He's now 26.1. Chicken finishing qualifying with a 25.2, with a 25.8, sorry. As we got the last couple of people going over the line, Jelmer seems to not be improving his time that much. Stays on a 26.3 as his fastest. But that's another pole position for HOPZ.
Yeah, Hops just on another level. Although Mika's within a 10th, that is so impressive. I mean, a 0.6 is just almost unfathomable, at least for me. But yeah, amazing laps by them. Top 6, 7, all on the 0.8, and they are the only people into the 26s. So that means yesterday's pole would have been 5th, 6th.
What we can talk about, though, as a good performance, P4, 1D. Really good from him. Let's see if he's gonna bottle it in the race like he usually does.
No, don't, no.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just say it, but it doesn't really matter. So we got P1 on the on pole now with Hops, who has done a 1:25.6 as the fastest lap time here in Tier 1, 2/10 faster than what was happening in Tier 2. But then we get Mikas on P2, following closely Cons, 1D, Josh Rose, Chicken, Sausage Joe, Bran, Swifty, and Hydra Leo for the top 10 spots. When we move further down, it's Reza, Jelmer, F50, Big T, Hydra, Rabzog, Druckerman, and of course, as last, Kenyon. Below that, Magic's Jamie, who has served a qualifying ban.
Yeah, I'm also interested to see what Jamie can cook up. I mean, he's had some moments where you can see his brilliance from prior games. So let's hope he can find his F122 form and cook up something nice here from last position. If there's any track where you can do it, it's probably Silverstone. So many options, strategy, a lot of chaos, good following, good overtaking. There's a lot of opportunities for him today.
Yeah. We are looking at the pit lane. No cars in sight because they're all gridded up on the right side that we are not really able to see. We might be able to see a glance of one car behind those fences, but nothing else.
Must say also, Sebi, to sort of interlude, but it's very humbling to see Tier 1 drive as someone who used to be here and now is in Tier 2. I would have qualified P16 today. That's very humbling and shows the quality of drivers we have here, and just wanted to give them a moment, to shine. I think they should be appreciated for how incredibly high they set the standard, especially the top 6, 7 that were all on the 0.8. That's just unbelievable. I think you and I will never see a 0.8 in our lives in this track. But
I wouldn't even.
That's part of
the only race
these gamers.
This was the only race last season that I was actually able to do something, and I got taken up by Biscuit. And since then, I've never been the same. I've just never been the same.
We just got to know our place in it.
Yeah, my place is off the game.
This is why we're on the mic.
My place is off the game. My place at the moment is off the game, not even in Tier 2. So yeah.
Maybe Tier 3 wants you as a reserve.
No, with the force feedback and how it feels. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
But EA, if you want to sponsor us,
I mean, yeah. If you want to sponsor us, sure.
Looks quite dry, by the way, as the countdown has started. Very, very excited to see. What do you think? Is it going to be a Hops masterclass, or are we going to see something cool by Josh Rose once again?
Yes.
It's all up in the air. And for now, it is 3, 4, 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. It seems like a bit of a struggle of a start for Mikas, but it is Hops away cleanly in the Ferrari already on the outside of Mikas. He's gonna try and squeeze by here into turn 2. Will there be enough space? There's already one off on the background. It's Rabzog into the wall, but so far Ferrari has taken P2. Mikas is losing places even further as Wandy takes a position of the top 3 as well, and and Sausage Joe is up into down into 7th. Where is Cons? He's still in 2nd as he found that position on Mikas, and he's already down 2 positions, almost a collision there, and there is a bit of contact between 3 or 4 drivers. No front wings flying, luckily, and chaos has already ensued. But will we see a Hamilton versus Max Verstappen here into Cops? Will this end cleanly? It will, as around the outside goes Sausage Joe of Modern Chicken, of Josh Rose rather, and yeah, that's the first lap.
Yeah, we got some side-by-side action at the back further though between Hydra and Big T now. Big T going through Vale now. We got a crash in front. It's at 50, spun around. Not a good look for him now.
No.
But Syndical is losing out a couple of positions as well on the straight, on the hangar straight. Not looking good for him into Stowe. We got still a couple of cars side by side through those sections. What is this? What is going on? Big T now trying to make a move on Jamie, who served his qualifying ban and already is up to P30 now. Gets the better exit and makes it stick.
Yeah, insane. And interestingly, strategy-wise, Cons is on a medium tire compared to Hops, 1D, Chicken, and Sausage Joe. And I was going to say that explains why Mick has lost a few positions. He also starting on mediums, but he lost a position to Cons, who's on mediums. So,
but that doesn't really matter right now, as we got a
side Chicken on the inside. He's going to try and squeeze by. He's on that soft tire. He wants that position now, and he takes 1D's P5 for now. And now behind the 2 medium runners, and Hops, speaking of running, is out of DRS already.
We got a bit of an issue for Magix here. He was in the wall. Front wing lost. Virtual safety car engaged.
That'll be very helpful, I think, for the medium runner.
Yeah, it should be very helpful as they are able to extend their stint a little bit with better pace, but they don't wear to the point where you really be needing to be concerned. It might extend the laps for like 1 or 2. Or maybe even the soft runners, as they can stay longer onto their soft tire and keep the pace a bit higher.
Yeah, I think Hobbs is super lucky with both drivers behind him going on that medium tire, because he can just drive off into out of DRS, and there's no one really to stop him.
Yeah, no, nothing's stopping him. Raza now gets a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags because he's going into the pit lane. Seems like he has some damage that he wants to repair. Obviously, Magix is also going to come in. Not a good day for Red Bull today.
Well, race is still long.
No, not really, because it's a safety car. Right?
What?
Yeah, race is not on right now because well.
I said race is still long.
Race is still long. Yeah, I thought race is still on.
DRS is enabled and the safety car has been cleared. And the gap only 7/10, so Cons was very awake. He does not get DRS, even though it said DRS enabled.
DRS enabled, yes, but they went after. It was enabled after the detection point.
I see. As it did help Chicken gain a position. It's 3 wide. That's never gonna go well. And Mikas is struggling. He is. Wait,
Wandy touching Sausage Joe, who's now getting a position from Wandy. Because of that little touch there. Like I said, it's never looking good for Wandy when he's going into the race. It looks good in qualifying, but so far it's always something has been happening in the race for him. We got a bit of an overtake. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. I always jinx him every single time, even though he did it before. I even said it as well, but yeah, sure.
Wow, what a look at this field. Oh my god, and Wandy is lagging all over the place, but so far there's a move there for Kenyon, and there's another yellow, and it's one of the Red Bulls.
Yeah, retiree. Yep. We got Magix retiring from the race on track, actually.
I feel like I'm not sure if he retired or he tried to leave and it just retired him. I guess we'd have to check, but unfortunately that is Jamie out the race very early on, and let's see
would have been his third retirement.
Well, if he just alt F4, then it's allowed, right?
Yeah, but we did say leaving the lobby, so that means quitting the lobby and not instantly alt F4ing. But yeah, we are still in the race. We got Wandy being quite close now to Josh Rose. Not having a good race, the fella, so far. Still getting some good points, but not the position where he wants to be to extend his championship lead more convincingly.
Yeah, but this is a huge group, so as long as he's in that group, he's on the mediums. He's technically in third if you just look at the medium runners. If we expect, a little bit wide goes Josh Rose there as well. Mikas actually. Hopefully no warning for him.
Wandy is going on the attack now with
yeah.
those soft tires. He has the better grip. He does have DRS, but the slipstream is, of course, way stronger for the person who uses ERS.
Nice. Oh, that's a little wide there for 1D. That's not quite the racing line, but keeps in front of the Ferrari of Bran, who has a look on the inside.
Who's spinning around? Little bit of a drift, and we got somebody going through another car. That's not a good look
There's
either.
There's not a lot of space there, though, as
Wasn't a
they
lot of
continue.
space,
Mikas
exactly.
with the fast lap on that medium tire, and Cons is still in that DRS, and so Hops definitely unlucky with that safety car timing, and now unable to drive away from this group, and this
Chicken makes an overtake
just gonna
attempt.
get faster and faster.
Chicken made an overtake attempt, which backfired now as Sausage Joe is trying to get that position. But because of the beginning of that overtake attempt, Cons has the worst line, therefore a little bit less speed. Who is going to do what on this straight? And so far, everything seems to be clean. Let's go through everybody and see if there's any overtaking getting done. No, there isn't. So we are able to get back to the front. Currently on board with Cons, but Sausage Joe is actually quite close to Chicken. So we might see a move from Chicken on Cons.
Yeah, it's tough to make an overtake if everyone has DRS, ERS, Slipstream, etc. But some people will probably want to get a move on, and I'm especially looking at someone like Chicken, someone like 1D, who are behind media runners. They probably have 2 or 3 more laps of the soft being very good, and then the medium will become better as the Italian man, the GOAT, myth, legend, Cons takes the lead from the other myth and legend Hops. Let's see if that medium is already active or not. I'm guessing it'll be significantly worse still than the soft lap 4. Tire wear very low on this track.
Funnily enough, comparatively, because this track has a lot of high-speed corners that are just loading up the tires, but it's still not as bad as some other tracks.
Yeah, exactly. It seems pretty reasonable for some reason, but for now, everyone's staying calm. Cons with a slightly different line. And we'll just concede the position here to Hops. We'll hopefully only concede to Hops as Chicken tries to join with him, but doesn't. As everyone around half ERS, everyone just looking and waiting for a moment to strike as we are on board with the Modern Chicken. As he follows in the footsteps of the 2 men ahead. A little wide there, but keeps it within the track quite comfortably. 30 air not enough of an issue on this game. As, yeah, things kind of calming down. Raza has gone to the hard compound tire. I can tell you from experience that is not a very fun tire to be on.
Especially on Silverstone.
Silverstone, it's probably the worst tire, yeah. I don't think there's many tracks where the hard is worse. As Cons struggling a bit, and look, it immediately causes some fight behind him, and he needs to be careful not to get rear-ended as everyone's squabbling behind. Everyone having more grip there than Cons, and it just caused this accordion effect where everyone wanted to make a move on the guy ahead, but just not enough space, and everyone staying calm for now as a little defensive line there from the V-carb, and they get through cleanly just about. And a lot of moving and a lot of posturing from everyone, not really turning into any moves just yet.
We got some DRS action activated, especially now with 1D being side by side with Josh Rose, who tries to make an attempt, pushes him a little bit wide, gets a better line. Is he going to throw it around the outside, or is he going to go for a little bit of a better exit? We will see just now what is going to happen. They are quite close together. But now, is 1D going to make a move into Cops, or does he think better of it? I do not think he will make a move. And he doesn't. He just stays close behind Josh Rose. What might work, if you actually have better pace, try to fight the other guy, try to get him out of DRS, and just catch back up to the pack in front afterwards with your better tires.
Yeah, I think 1D is also just trying to be a little bit of an annoyance, a little of a nuisance for Josh Rose, because he's helping Hops indirectly here. Josh Rose having to use DRS tires just to defend, forcing him to not get forward, as a little bit of a move there from Mikas causes a bit of contact as Sausage Joe closes the door. And so no overtake just yet for the Polish man in P5, as it seems his mediums are starting to activate, and he wants that move as another penalty goes the way of Reza. And Jelmer in very early, he might have sustained some damage and will be forced to go to the hards, I reckon, and that will probably mean the end of his race.
Yeah, the race is basically done for him. We got a little bit of action here. Also a couple of lockups. Sausage Show quite close behind Mika still. But not making any moves just yet. It's all about the exits on this track. There's nothing worse than having a bad exit on any of the 4 long straights.
And the medium runners will be very happy for now. As long as there's no safety car, knock on wood, for the next 5 laps. The medium runners are absolutely golden for positions here. That's the risk. If there's a safety car in the next 5 laps, the medium runners are absolutely doomed. So the small things that make a big difference. The Ferrari on for a move on 1D, who is caught napping. A little bit of contact between wheels, but nothing going for 1D as he loses another position, is down to 8th.
Down to 8th he is. He got caught napping, and now Bran is the man who's going to try to keep going further ahead. At least I'm not calling him the most generic cereal anymore. I can bring that back if you want to. But yeah, Chicken now extremely close to the guys in front. So currently it's just a DRS swap between Cons and Hobbs. Hobbs so far staying... Oh, he's going onto the inside. He's making a little bit of a fight there.
Contact again. Wheel bang between these two for the second or third time already.
That just invites Modern Chicken into it. Now closer than ever before. Modern Chicken on the hunt. From being prey to being the one that's going to hunt.
Hobbs basically bum drafting.
Oh, that's a big mistake from Hobbs. Which invites everybody behind to get a bit closer to them. Which does mean it could be over for P2 at this very moment if Chicken goes for a move and gets a better exit. Which he seems to not be getting, but of course DRS and ERS are a factor. So far so good though for Hobbs still. As Mikas is going for a move, he's diving down the inside on Stowe. Goes for the move on Chicken, makes it stick as Chicken goes into the pits.
That's very early. He wants that undercut. I have heard the undercut is very good around here, but that seems very early for the Mercedes man. But if he feels like he's getting held up, this might just be your chance. Undercut very strong around here, allegedly. Yeah. So might just see himself gain some positions. And Cons is loving life, as is Mikas. Just need to avoid a safety car for 3 more laps. And at that point, I think the medium runners will be very, very happy.
The soft runners seem to should be going in or out now, actually. 16 laps on the medium tires is definitely a possibility for getting a race done around this track.
The mediums are not the issue, though. The softs are still very good after 9 laps.
Yeah, they are.
So going this early is not... because it's not an issue because the mediums won't hold. It's because you're just not using the softs as much as you could.
But in case of Chicken, it might have been a smart move because of the
he was
undercut,
in a train,
and he was in a train, and he might have had more pace.
Look at that! Hobbs getting pushed through those corners by Mikas. The mediums definitely enjoying life more. Although Hobbs with a lot of ERS usage around the outside, there's contact! And Cons just about saves it. A little bit of contact with Mikas as well as the V-Carb goes into the pits. Somehow they're all still on track. Hobbs has gone into the pits himself. Holy crap.
Wow.
How did they live?
They are still alive. Of course, Cons now losing a good amount of time because of that little bit of a slide. And basically invites Mikas to get the front of the medium runners. which in the
No,
end, might indicate that Mikas is going to be a bit faster on the soft tires, as he is getting a bit more clean air as he's coming out.
Wandy, the only soft runner still out. I guess the soft not lasting as long if it's your first stint, that does make sense. So maybe lap 9 is the normal lap.
I would say lap 10, lap 11, and they did go in lap 10.
Yeah. Wandy, the only one who will do at least 11 laps, which is around the amount of laps that you want to do when you start mediums. So...
Chicken's undercut did pay off. He is already in front of Hobbs.
Wow, that is crazy.
That is crazy indeed. Got some good camera angles going in here. Into Maggots, Beckett's, and of course,
and the biggest
Chapeau
deal is
now.
going to be how far will Cons and Mikas be off of Hops when they come out, because those softs will be absolutely.
Oh, they're going 3 wide.
That will never go well, but they are so clean and they keep it clean. Now the switchback not quite working, but that is still a position gain for Josh Rose, making a crucial move for the championship, I think. And not to be forgotten, in this group, in P5, it's Swifty.
Swifty is
on that medium tire, loving life in the head group, and can just be towed along. And
even if his pace is a little bit worse, he's still able to continue on with the DRS advantage that he's gonna have. As long as he stays in that group, he needs to make everything stick right now. Everything needs to
him and
be
Brand
there.
probably not quite there
Pace
in
wise.
terms of pace, but yeah, if you just get double DRS, you just get towed along, they will gain many positions. Later on, especially on that soft, if they got a fresh one, they will be cooking for those last 10, 11, 12 laps whenever they decide to box.
But now the important part, are they going to work together throughout the rest of their stints? As now it's important to still work together and try to pull a gap towards the others that are behind to get a bit more advantageous on their pit stop. Everybody now on mediums except for the last two on this race.
Little bit of slide there from Josh Rose, and that exit is probably the worst I've seen. And Cons is already on the inside, but he gets squeezed, and so he's forced to wait out. And now it's both him and Josh Rose going for the lead, and now Josh Rose is trying to close the door, and that means Cons goes a bit wide, and that is Mikas back to try and get a move. Brand on the inside goes for a move on Mikas, and there's a tiny bit of contact, and that is no damage, luckily, but around the outside goes Brand. A little bit of a drift, a little bit of a touch, and Mikas reclaims that position. Now it's Swifty on the inside into turn 1. Will they keep it clean? A little bit of contact, but they do stay on the track, and somehow they all keep it on the gray stuff. Great racing from all of them.
The race IQ, though, is kind of questionable, making them take different lines and maybe even getting them out of the DRS. Brand might be smart attacking Mikas, but doesn't really see himself being in the top spots either, as it seems with those moves that he just tried to put on. Was opportunistic, but it didn't work for him. And they just lost a good chunk of time. Of course, in the DRS, they are not losing as much time as needed, but still.
Yeah, Chicken is coming. He did the fast lap the race. And so, yeah. It's imperative for them to work together, but obviously they do want to disrupt their rivals, and it's crucial for Brand to disrupt Mikas and Josh Rose where he can. And I think Swifty never really wanted to do anything there. He just went for the move because everyone else was fighting and got such a bad exit.
Yeah.
But he's just happy to be in this group, I reckon. He's smart enough.
Yeah, I think, though, there might be a move from Sausage Joe lining up over here.
Look at that. One of them faking going into the box there. Is that a complete full front wing on that Mercedes?
That is a full complete wing on the Mercedes, but
and
Hobbs now getting past Modern Chicken.
Provisional lead.
The provisional lead is now under Hobbs' fingers yet again. Is Chicken gonna go for a move? No, he just has a look on the inside to get this braking point or a fake dive bomb. Looking good so far, though. For these three, they are going to be contenders for the race win, each and every one of them. Hobbs now setting the fastest lap of the race.
28.5 is rapid, and especially considering he's on the mediums, but it will pale in comparison to what the softs will do later on in the race. I think yesterday the fastest lap was like a 27.3. Yeah, so compare that on the late soft run. somewhere in the 27s, you're just a second a lap quicker than the best performance of the medium, let alone in 5-6 laps. So
Yeah, but we might be able.
that medium soft strategy might just work. It just depends how many positions they will lose. If they end up behind the group with Hyder Leo, then they have 5 or 6 positions to make up. Even with that pace, it's tough to really make all those moves within that tire
Yeah, it
life.
is.
As they all box lap 14, that forces Brand to stay out. Swifty is like, well, I'm gonna follow the lead, guys. Colts, no! Oh no, Colts speeds into the pit lane, and his woes in the championship turn worse.
His woes turn into ours, because that was painful to watch. Am I right?
I'm nauseous.
I'm nauseous. Yeah, you are. I'm not. I'm fine.
Khan's just has done everything right so far, and that will significantly hurt. That 60 kph catching people off guard. It is still 60 kph in the game, even if they have, I think, put it back up to 80
in real life. Yes, 80 in real life, 60 in the game. As we now have again the fight to move up some positions.
Oh,
Swifty getting a little bit squirrely,
but still has DRS, so he's cooking.
Still has DRS. Brand now provisionally leading.
A little move there, immediately from Cons onto Hydra, and they are right behind 1D. So 1D will have to do God's work here for Hops. Just flick it to none into Meckets and Beckett's and just hold everyone up as there's looking Hydra, Leo, left, right. Nothing doing, nothing happening. As he did have to concede that position to Josh Rose, who has kind of freed himself of the rest of the group of the soft runners. And if I was 1D, I would have gone to none here. Just hold the rest of this group up as much as possible, because you're never ever keeping him behind here. As Josh Rose, I think, is now the clear favorite to win. Although Hyder Leo, he's on the medium still, so yeah, no, he's cooked.
Still making some moves on 1D though. I think it's new mediums on Hyder Leo. Let's quickly check this out.
Well, not new, it'll be...
Yeah, no, he has stopped on the mediums like everybody else. Only people that haven't pitted yet, but are going to pit. Bran, and of course, Drucker and F50. All of them now into the box, so we have everybody into the pits now. Everybody has swapped tires. And this is now the end of the race stint.
Yeah.
The race-ending stint.
Now, Josh Rose is the lead driver of the softs, and then Cons is the next one. Look at the gap he's already formed. It's imperative for Cons to make the double move here. Will he make it stick all the way on the inside? 1D has no defense, and the double overtake from Cons will maybe salvage a decent result here today.
Leo letting
the
Mikas
Alpine
through.
is going super wide there to give some space to Mikas, and now we'll try to hold up Swifty in the process of trying to defend his teammate. And Swifty will need to make some heroic move here, as look how much Hyder Leo is struggling through there. Will he go side by side into Mekas? No, he won't. He's just going to take the DRS for free, but Hyder Leo, look how slow he is through that, and it means that Bran is now right on his ass, and there's a little bit of contact, but they do somehow live, but that will hinder Swifty in making a move early on this straight. Can he move around the outside? He has more grip, he has more space, he has more pace, and will he make the move stick? He went off the track. That is not quite illegal. He's not quite legal. There's a little bit of contact, and the Ferrari is off, and he drifts all the way into a different country, but that is still the move done for the Mercedes driver who claims P8.
Yeah, if that move was as legal as it could be, I don't think so, but that's something we might have to look at after the race. As we still have quite a couple of laps of racing going on, Josh Rose already making up a second towards the people in front, which also means that they don't keep the positions. They are fighting in the front. Hobbs is going to get that position, and Modern Chicken stays behind Sausage Joe. Still 3 contenders that are going to maybe win this, but they should work together now instead of fighting each other.
No,
they are
it
just
is
time.
no use. Look at it. It's 3 seconds. They're at least a second a lap slower, and there's 9 laps to go. Good fucking luck. Excuse my French.
Excusez-moi.
Just see that gap. It's 2.6. That will be like 2 by the end of the lap.
Yeah, but they could make it at
They
least
don't
a
have
bit
DRS though,
harder.
I guess. Josh Rose does not have DRS, and so these guys can tow each other away for a while before it gets bad. But look, they already can see them as there goes Sausage Joe into the lead for now. And Hops drifting around as
Now,
Mikas has made the move on Cons.
and he made it stick. So now next up in line for him is Josh Rose, or of course Cons trying to claim back the position.
Yeah. These guys won't be fighting too much and only gained 4 tenths in the time that I expected him to gain 6 tenths. But there is the fast lap, 27.4. Compare that to the 28s we saw earlier from the medium runners. That is, that's gonna cut into that lead pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
2.5 over start finish. Let's see what that is next lap as we have 9 laps remaining.
Yeah, no, that's 9 laps remaining.
8.5, yeah.
Yeah, 8.5 laps now. Josh Rose, though, already making a lot of time. We are 2.5 over the line, and it's already 2.3. And that's only through very mid-speed corners, so tires are not as much of a factor in those corners as the suspension has to be. But now 5/10's already down on this lap alone. Let us see if they can make it. Yeah, just the speed they take through cops comparatively to the front 3 is impeccable with those new tires. Megas and Beckers should be kind of a mix between suspension and tires, and it is, as you can see, it's a good amount of gain, but not as much as you would like. The DRS train in front is helping them out. Mick is now going for a move.
Yeah,
Makes
I
it
think,
stick.
he let him go there.
No.
Although he's now side by side again, so that's a bit weird. Rabzog getting himself another pen. As a gap from 2.5 to 1.8, so 7 tenths a lap. That will be enough, but it's not easy, as easy as I expected. Mediums holding up pretty well compared to these softs.
The teamwork
But
of the
once
front
they're
3.
in the second, I mean,
Teamwork of the front
it's
3 is
game on.
also impeccable at this moment, as they are just swapping DRS around one another. But that is, of course, not going to stop those soft tire runners to be in the clear air, to be faster, even without DRS.
Yeah, and the closer they're getting, the more of the toe they're getting. Cons for a move. He is done waiting and takes that position away from Josh Rose.
Who is
Yeah,
getting
so
a better exit and therefore is faster on that exit.
Oh,
now
boy.
going side by side with
boy.
Cons. This is probably not going so well. Is it a Max Verstappen Hamilton moment through cops? Let's see. No, it's
he
going
backs
clean.
out.
It's going on clean. Everything is all right, guys. We don't have a DNF. No safety car, no nothing.
Khan's probably just thinking, if I kill him here, there's be a safety car. I can serve my 10-second, and my main rival is out. And nah, he's not like that. But
He's not like that, but it would. It's a funny thing.
I'm sure that's part of Hamilton's thinking back then. But let's go back to the race. As 1.3, the gap only has Mikas.
1.1, 1.0. It's already going in towards the DRS detection zone.
Yeah,
being
Mika's
in this
burning a lot
grasp
here to try and get in that second, because the detection will be very soon here. And
Oh,
under
it's really close, but he does not seem to get it. No, he does not have DRS right now. He is inside that 1 second, but he went over the detection zone pretty late, so that should be no DRS for Mikas on this very straight of this moment.
He definitely used a lot of ERS and it didn't get it. So, but he will have it for next straight probably, because he has more pace here, right? So yeah, look there, 9/10s, will turn 8/10. Let's make it 7 just for good measure.
Back to 8. Yeah, no, it's looking good for him. Of course, he doesn't get the slipstream from the cars in front, so on this race he's still gonna be slower than the others.
No, he has slipstream.
Not as much as the other two, though.
Yeah, but that's fine. They'll hold each other up here. 8.5 tenths. The softs have caught up with 7 laps remaining, and their tires are in better states, although in 3-4 laps they'll probably be more equal again. And Hop sees both people go by as Chicken wants to move through as well, but doesn't quite make it stick. Does he? No.
Nope,
As
Chicken
Hop's
stays
slightly
behind.
defensive.
But that's
And-
inviting Mikas to get ever closer.
Oopsie.
Hydra, a 3-second time penalty. Big whoopsie from him there. But now, We are going into the soft medium fight of a lifetime. Polish man Mikas against British guy Hops.
Yeah, the eternal battle between the Polish and the Brits.
Of the same driver team though, of CRE. A lot of battles in the past, but never this close since the F1 24.
Yeah, and Kant's losing a position there to Josh Rose. Kant will need a safety car, I have decided.
Yeah, he will need a safety
even
car.
then he's in trouble, because then he'll be all the way down in the pack. He needs somehow to serve that 10 seconds, or 10 seconds, he'll be P11, yeah.
Yeah, he will be P11 out of the points, which is crucial for his championship hopes and dreams at this very moment.
Yeah, needs...
Mikas now though,
well,
right
Hydra, yeah,
on their tail.
Hydra,
Mikas now just needs a really good exit to get Chicken to catch him out. And he does get the DRS, of course. But will he be able to get a position out of this little quarrel right here? Hops going on the outside does make that move stick. Chicken on the inside gets the weaker line though, because Mikas has way better tires. He stays on the inside. Is he going to dive Joe? It looks like a little dive bump on Joe. Doesn't make that one stick, but the overtake on Chicken is still going on. A little bit of contact, which makes Chicken spin. Not too good for Chicken. That will probably go to the stewards afterwards.
I just squeezed his nose there, but it's tough to see if there's any space there. And it does hurt significantly now behind his teammate, the tier 2 driver of Swifty, who is still in the DRS of 1D. He's still in the 1D group, wow.
Yeah, still in the 1D group, but Bran is losing DRS to the people in front of him. Cons is also losing big time towards the people in front, already out of the DRS train again. Not looking good for Cons at this very moment, because with the DRS train gone, everybody behind him will catch up slowly but surely. And that just
He'll
invites...
catch back up to the DRS here, then he'll just use a bit of extra ERS and look 8.5 tenths, and he's fine. But needs it's actually good for Cons, I think, that the DRS train is breaking up behind him, because that also slows them down. So yeah, if he wants any points, he needs something to happen behind him. A little more extreme things
Now it's
to happen
time though
than...
for DRS for Mika. Stays a bit longer behind Hops to make sure that he might be able to attack him.
Oh, Hops. So will he get the space? He just about does. And Mika's probably gonna look for a move here, and Hops defends slightly and breaks slightly earlier on those mediums. And so Mika's almost hitting the back of Hops, but saving his front wing just about. Josh Rose waiting for his perfect time to strike as well. And Cons just sitting in the group and trying to get Toto along away from the rest of the field. As the pace of this group is significant. I mean, already 2.3 to Bran, as Raza gets another pen just for fun.
Yeah, 27 seconds away from the pack currently.
Get all the collections in.
As Josh Rose is now going for something, but is it gonna be something good for him? Mikas fights back all around the outside. Hops blocking Josh Rose a little bit. Because of that, Mikas now seems to be getting a better exit, even though he is taking the one, even though he has the worst line. But now it's going to be a fight into Cops, it seems. Is Mikas pulling out? Yes, Mikas did pull out of that one. So he stays behind Josh Rose for the time being, but it's only about 7/10ths that they are, 700ths that they have between each other. Going through Megas and Beckett's, not side by side, but still close enough. So something could happen. Of course, the straight now, really important for Hops, Josh Rose and Mikas to make an overtake stick. Hops goes really wide for some reason, but he should be able to make a little bit of a move. Josh Rose, though, goes for the inside on Hops. And now Hops is going to be in a little bit of a power struggle with Josh Rose. Josh Rose taking the outside line, having his ERS set to none, so Hops is able to make that one stick. Mikas behind, still not quite sure if he's gonna make anything happen at the moment, but Josh Rose is in the better position right now to get a position on the podium and, of course, on the top step of it.
I mean,
but it's only 3 laps. It's only 3 laps left, and we have a fight for the win between 5 different cars. One of them, of course, with a penalty.
And 1D and Swifty still keeping easily up with Bran, but The medium's holding up very well here compared to these softs, as it is another look from Josh Rose, defended by Hops, but around the outside he goes. Will he get the space that turns it to the inside? That is the better line, but not for the better exit. Will they keep it clean? Just about. Enough space for both of them.
Hops is not going to give this one up. They're both running down into cuts, and it's going good. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. We want to see those moves.
Of every commentator. How will we react to a side-by-siding to Cops? Well, luckily we haven't had to find out just yet, as look at them just trying to push each other through as the mediums are starting to find some pace again here, where the softs are trying to fall off. And now the 5-man group is gonna go for moves here, left and right. Will it be 3 wide at the final corner? No, it's not. Hops defends, and around the outside goes Josh Rose. That's P3 for him, and Mikas just has to let it go, but will go for a move here into the final corner. He hits the inside curb. That will not help his endeavors, and Con's now right up in the rear, but won't quite be able to make a move either. And this group just keeping the entertainment alive.
The entertainment is alive and well.
And Bran is caught up by a second this lap. He's almost back into the DRS, and that is gonna make it a 8-man fight for the win, technically.
Yeah, technically an 8-man fight for the win, and it is a good fight indeed that we've seen so far. The people behind Cons are closely catching up. Better exit. He keeps it behind though. He stays behind. He doesn't want to make any fuss at the front, but he is helping out his teammate with the fighting that he is doing. Which is weird, why he doesn't choose to fight a little bit more and then let Bran through to at least get something done here. Maybe he knows something we don't about his 10-second time penalty that he is purposefully not serving.
Well, you can't serve it, you just lose the game.
I know.
He's just hoping for chaos behind and trying to get a point out of it. I don't see it happening right now. Seems that he has around 7 seconds. Actually, that is a point, because Hyderleo has a penalty, so he might just be on 1 point. He just wants the highest base, but here goes the move of Hops to reclaim the lead that he so desperately wants. Reza getting another penalty as he collects them all, but for now, a little bit of a look, but nothing more than that. Hops again trying to move in front of Josh Rose, but nothing happening, and the medium seem like the right call after all, as it is Hop now leading into the final lap. Sausage Joe may have done this perfect, because he is now in the prime position to take the lead on the hanger straight, but that is only if he can keep behind the little group behind, as he has a bit of a wiggles, a little bit of a swirl, whatever the fuck it is called. And now, will Hops go to none and force a move from Joe? The answer is no.
Hops tries to keep this in front. Seems like he has a little bit of ERS. Yes, he has a lot of ERS. Let's see, Josh.
Wait, is that enough though?
Joe is also filled up with to the brim with ERS, but we got move!
What a timing! That might ruin every chance for Joe, but no, he somehow defends it. Josh Rose, not quite the exit he wanted, as it is now actually an 8-man group here, with Bran actually just about outside, but they look at that. Sausage Joe having to force Hops through, who's gone to none, I reckon, to save that last bit of ERS, and now goes for the perfect exit. Will Hops have the exit he requires? It doesn't seem like he has enough, but he's gonna try and go defensive. Move left, move right, do anything you can, but around the outside goes Sausage Joe. Will they get through around the outside? What a move for the lead! And they do make it stick it out! And that is gonna be Cons up to third for now, but Sausage Joe makes the perfect move in the perfect place to win the Silverstone Grand Prix. Cons has the service penalty. Josh Rose takes P3, and I think that secures P7. No, it's points for Cons, but not more than that. Swifty ends P8, Chicken in 7th, and no idea what happened in the final little part, but holy crap.
That was something else. That's the first ever race win of Sausage Joe. After the impressive pole position last season in Kota, we have now gotten the first win of Sausage Joe in CRF1.
Yeah, fantastic race by him, and all due respect, he just beat probably the most Silverstone merchant I've had the pleasure of knowing. So yeah, if you can beat Hops here, you're one of the greats of CRF1, and all respect to just also Joe there. Great race from him. Josh, the winner of the soft runners, Mika's just having to accept P4, 1D. Great results for him, P5. Brandon 6th, and then both Mercedes. Great from both of them. Swifty on P8. He will not complain about that. Although he probably would have wanted to stay, get in front of 1D on those softs, but yeah, good race, great race.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a really good
I need
race
some
that
water.
we've had. You need some water, and we need to watch the podium celebrations. Josh Rose in P1, Hobbs in P2, and Josh Rose still there, still getting those crucial 13 points at least in P3.
Yeah, he just does what he needs to do every time.
Yeah, every single goddamn time.
Can't seem to get him off of that top 5. I think he just knows that he has this perfect idea of what he needs to do for the championship, and that's just getting points and just keep getting those results, not doing anything too rash. And it's forcing others to make mistakes. I think Cons knew that this was a crucial race, needed to take risks, and it bit him in the rear today. Mika same. He had some some touches with some other drivers around him, because he just had the pressure on him. He needs to perform to catch up to Josh, and
but
today it didn't quite work out.
It's not the day today, but we are going over to the standings that we have now on the race end. We have Sausage Show in P1, getting that win on the last lap in Stowe from Hobbs, who's P2 with Josh Rose in P3, and Mika's getting the fastest lap, and P4. 1D, then Brand, then Modern Chicken, then Swifty, then Cons, and then Hydra in P10 to round out the top 10 for the points. Sorry for everybody else that I wasn't able to mention, but yeah, Fridge just talks.
Yeah. I was gonna say that I get paid for doing that's what I get paid to do, but I don't get paid, so
I don't get paid either. I don't get paid either. Just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. Wait, what? I get paid.
But yeah, great race. Yeah. I talk too much. You can take over.
Yeah, of course. Thank you to each and everybody that is watching the stream right now. Thank you to each and every single one of our sponsors. Those sponsors, if I find them real quick, I don't know them by my head. I know that the track titles in there somewhere. Yeah, so our sponsors, of course. Thank you to each and every single one of them. We got Dubby, Rogue Energy, 3D Rap, NordVPN, Fiverr, Xedax, Pitlane Prince, Saley, and Moser. And last but hopefully not least for the future, Track Titan. Thanks to each and every one of you guys watching, making this possible, and also thanks to our sponsors for helping us out on that front. Yeah, we will see each other next week on Sunday again, but on CRF we got some more racing action coming tomorrow at the same time as today, with CRF3 also being in Silverstone. It's going to be exciting. Big T is not in the championship anymore, as he moved up to tier 2, so that means we got some more action going on for the title fight in tier 3. Then of course on Saturday next week we got CRF2 coming live to you either on this channel or on the CRF2 Racing League 2 Twitch channel. And yeah, next week is gonna be another very beautiful track, and the track that is gonna be raced at is Hungary. Yeah,
first time I think CRF has driven there in like 2 games. So
yeah, quite a good track, but we will see.
Make sure to not miss that.
That's
same
something
time, same
you
place.
should miss. Hey, Anxiety TV, you're new. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're sadly already done with the race, but yeah, feel free.
Catch us tomorrow, same time.
Same time tomorrow. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. British time or 8:30 p.m. CEST at the moment. But yeah, we got some good racing going. Yesterday, the 12 hours of Bathurst with our safety car and full course yellow system did go well. Was a really great race to watch. Also available to watch on our YouTube channels, of course. Yeah, if you want to race yourself, or you just want to be on the Discord and talk to everybody that is racing in here, you can go into the info section of our Twitch channel. There is a little green banner. If you click on it, you are getting transported over to the CRF Racing League Discord. Then we have a red banner for the ACC side, CRF Motorsports. Then we also have a little banner down there called SimGrid, which has all of our events for the ACC side of things. Of course, we also have a little donation button there. and that you can feel free to use if you want to support us with other means than just watching. Yeah, that should be it for today.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, hope to see you either tomorrow, Saturday, or next week, and we'll be here same place, same time. See you then.
See you then. Bye bye.